Here is the lamp terrarium. Doesn't it look great? I cannot find the lampshade.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Lauren and this is my channel, Laura's Leaves, where I like to talk about my houseplant collection. In today's video, I am going to be creating my very own lamp terrarium. As you can see here, I have this little lamp bubble, glass bubble thing that comes with a cork and a light fixture, and I'm super excited to turn this into my very own terrarium. I already have it set up a little bit. In the bottom here, you can see I have some stones and perlite, and in the center, there is a little glass jar. Now, under that jar is some charcoal. I already put that in off camera. I think I'm going to turn this camera around so you guys can see me working directly in the terrarium vessel here. Before I start, let me show you what I am going to be incorporating in this terrarium today. I have a few different things here, along with another terrarium bubble. I might be doing this on camera as well, or I might do it off camera. We will see how long this one takes us. Some decorations I have is a little broken terracotta pot, some little fairy garden decorations, along with some stones, some river rock and such. And for plants, I have a Begonia pultra that I really love the look of this plant, but it's kind of hard to take care of. And I'm thinking if I incorporate it in the terrarium instead, it'll be easier for me to take care of it. Kind of a set it and forget it thing, where this does need more humidity and I forget about it. It'll be easier if I forget about it in this situation versus the current situation. I have, I think, a button fern that I might incorporate. I need to trim off some of the dead bits, but this will definitely do better in a terrarium setting. Here I have a Pilea Moon Valley, or the Moon Valley Friendship Plant. Moon Valley Friendship Plant. My full name is Pilea Mullis. I might incorporate that in the terrarium, along with a few Begonia propagations that I have. I have, I think this is Begonia Bewitched. Here I have my all-time favorite begonia, a propagation from my Begonia Old Blue. And that is all on the begonia side of things. And lastly, here is some moss. There's some sphagnum moss that I got outside, along with some other moss that I have found in my yard that I'm gonna incorporate. So let me turn this around and we will get started. The bowl, as you can see in here, I have the rock set down with the little cup of charcoal in the middle. I am gonna lift this up. I think this is plenty of stones to begin with. I could add some of these to the bottom if I chose to, but I think I'm going to keep these for the top for scaping. I'm going to remove this, and that makes a nice little bed of the charcoal right there, which will kind of clean the water once it soaks to the bottom, once this does get watered. And now I'm going to take my soil and layer the bottom. I think this is a good amount to start out with. What do I want to begin with? I think I want to begin with this Begonia pultra. I'm gonna start with this guy. So I got him out of the pot. You can see that it was probably overwatered in the pot I had it in. I think it will definitely do better in a terrarium. And there are two separate pieces. Let's see what I wanna do here. I have both the Begonias in. I'm kind of torn between this beautiful Moon Valley friendship plant or this not so cute button fern. I think I like these two plants together better. So let's just take it out of the pot and see what we can do. I might only use these two pieces here. Down in there. Now this is where I think we're gonna need a little bit more soil. I now have the Moon Valley kind of nestled in there between the two different plants. This is kind of where I want to set this in. Now I think I'm still gonna wait because I do have a few other little begonias that I want in here. Oh, I saw a little piece of sphagnum in here and I seriously just thought it was a giant spider. I like bugs, but not spiders, no. Now I put a little piece of the Begonia Firewoman down there, and I'm gonna kind of move some more soil over this way. And I think I still at this point need to add maybe a little bit more. Here is the Begonia Old Blue. I love this begonia. It is very easy to propagate. It's fun to propagate. And there's two separate pieces. I'm gonna put both of them in there. Look at these roots. So cool. Put that out to the side in there. Now I do not have tools, terrarium tools or anything. And I could definitely see if I did have some type of legitimate terrarium tools, this job would be a teeny bit less of a job. Here is one more little piece. It's very immature, but this is, I think, another Begonia Firewoman or Begonia Bewitched. Actually, I take that back. This is the Begonia Bewitched. And I'm gonna just slide that over next to the other Begonia Bewitched. Put that down in there. Kind of give this thing a little shake. Now it's time to decorate. However, I want to check and make sure I have enough soil in here. So I will come back in with my little scoop. I get these at the Dollar Tree. They are so nice for when you're potting up little like 2-inch pots, 3-4-inch pots of things. Very convenient. And it's showing to be quite convenient for this here terrarium build, people. Do a little rotate. Now I'm trying not to get dirt on top of the plants, but I do have a paintbrush. I would advise if you don't have like typical terrarium tools, like tweezers and such, that this is a very good option to move the dirt around, to make little divots in the soil where you want to plant things, and to brush off soil from the foliage, like myself, because I'm getting dirt everywhere. So far, so good. Time for the moss. Here is some moss from outdoors. I did have the sphagnum moss from the begonias just like laying on this, so kind of got mixed in there. But this is all stuff that I found outside in my own yard. So I am going to be incorporating that in the terrarium. Do not ask me to identify this moss because I am not sure. However, this kind right here is sphagnum moss that was growing. I do know how to identify sphagnum moss. That's about it though. Here is some leftover sphagnum from the propagating begonias. I am going to add that as well. This Begonia Old Blue is losing moisture fast, and it's very floppy, and it's making me a bit concerned if this was the right one to put in here. Hopefully it will come back to life. This is a lot harder than it looks, you guys. I think this is an art you definitely need to practice at. Now I would like some stones. Sorry for the awful ASMR. Just add them around in certain areas. You can maybe use them to help you anchor down some plants, for example, like this begonia. Now I am going to take this apart and see if I can get a little piece out of it to add to this, just because I would like to have an odd number of variety. I have 2 begonias, the pilea and the polybatra. I see in here there are a few babies growing right there. So I'm gonna tear those off, and I am going to add it to the terrarium. Here they are, and kind of put this back between the 2 little polonias. So here we go. I'm gonna get it watered and everything and kind of show you guys the end result with the light on. And clean up because I made an awful mess. All right. As you can see, this is the aftermath of me attempting this for the first time. Well, second time. I've made a few terrariums, but I have not sprayed it down yet. But this is what it looks like from above. That's the back. This will kind of be the front view of it. Let me get it sprayed down. All right, you guys. So right over there is the finished terrarium. Isn't it awesome? There is no lampshade. I do not know where I put the shade for this lamp, the lampshade, whatever you want to call it. I took it off. I think I might have gave it to my mom. I'm not quite sure, but it's MIA. So we, at the moment, do not have a lampshade, but that is okay. And here is the finished product. You can see some condensation within the terrarium. It is about, what, 6:30 in the evening right now, so that is pretty typical of a terrarium anyways. They would most likely have condensation in the morning time and later in the evenings. Let's turn this off. That doesn't really help all that much, but there we go. So this is the finished product, and I like it. I'm not no terrarium expert, so I definitely think this is a type of skill or art that takes some practice, and figure out what materials work best for you and what materials you like working with best. And then down here, after off camera, my daughter and I put this one together. So here's another little terrarium with pretty much the same exact plants in this one as it is in the lamp terrarium, except for there are no polonias. And I like this terrarium because it's got the little top, and as you can see, there's some condensation in there as well where it was facing the window, but super cute. I can't wait for them to fill in a little bit and grow and fill out their space. I think these little terrariums will be a lot of fun to watch grow. it definitely is gonna take some practice to get terrarium art down packed. But here you can see the stones and the soil. It's kind of fun to check them out. I think I did all right for my first time. But yeah. And little side note, I'm not positive, but I think my alocasia frydek is pushing out a flower. Not sure. Guess we will see. That's all for this video, folks. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.